Hi, dear UPSC Civil Service aspirants, dear friends. Welcome to Gallant IAS, and I'm Justin. Learning history for GS and your optional. The biggest advantage is this is the only subject that has this much overlapping with your GS. History optional is helpful in your GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, and of course in prelims. And one of the very important part of history optional is map questions, solving map questions. In history optional, as every optional has two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1, the first question, you know that it is a compulsory question. Yeah, the first question in the paper is compulsory question. History optional paper 1 is ancient India and medieval India. Whatever the modules you have to study for your GS preparation, same modules, one or two extra modules. So the first is map question, which carries 50 marks. This is an advantage of history optional. This is more or less a kind of an objective question. You have to identify the site marked on plain map of India, and you have to write a short description for that particular site, a cultural site or a historical site. Now see, just visualize a plain map of India is given. You already know the boundaries of Indian states. Okay, you already done the mapping work in your geography or in your GS preparation. Now see, a plain map is given, a physical map or a political map. Sometimes UPSC gives a political map also. So a physical map is given or a political map is given. The site is marked on the map of India. You find out that particular locational name or the name of the site and give a short description. 20 sites are given. 20 into 2.5, total marks is 50. So why this is important? Let me tell you, when you study this history, especially ancient and medieval India, you eventually cover almost 300 sites. For example, in ancient India, in GS paper, you will have to cover the popular prehistoric sites in India. Prehistoric sites. You should have the basic common sense. What all the important prehistoric sites in India? You should know their location, their historical or cultural significance. Indus Valley civilization. UPSC in prelims also asks about the Indus Valley site and their major findings. So you have to learn the locations of these Indus Valley sites. You have to learn about the Buddhist Jain sites or the ancient Indian capital cities, port cities, trade centers, or the educational sites, temple sites, or the major cave painting, rocket cave painting sites or rocket cave architecture sites, Mauryan inscription sites, popular trade routes in ancient times, silk routes in ancient times. These things you have to study. Even if you are not taking history as an optional, these things you have to study for your GS preparation. So that is an advantage of history optional student. At least 250 to 300 sites you cover in the GS preparation itself when you cover ancient and medieval India. Now coming to history optional, an additional 200 sites more you have to cover. 500 sites, safer zone, safer landing. If you cover 500 sites very much or very neatly, you can very easily score at least 18 sites out of 20 and write short descriptions. As a topper says, when a smartphone you hold horizontally, that much space is only required for writing 30 words. 3 lines or 4 lines description you give to each site. So here on a plain map of India, the location or the sites are marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. 20 sites are marked. Some locational hints are given below. Based on the locational hints or clues, you have to identify the site, name the site, and give short description of 30 words. This is the map task. Okay. Now here, the Paleolithic sites are asked, temple sites are asked, or PGW sites are asked, northern black polished ware sites are asked, inscription sites are asked, cave painting sites are asked, or ancient education centers, such sites are asked. So these are actually covered when you study this. If you thoroughly cover ancient and medieval for your GS preparation, prelims and mains, definitely you cover this. You cover this. Even in mains, GS1 in art and culture answer writings also. Sometimes when the question is about some architecture, art forms, etc., of course, you have to substantiate your views with some examples. Sometimes you have to give the examples, the sites as an examples also. Am I right? In prelims also, they ask a lot of questions based on the sites. So here, covering the sites is equally important for your GS preparation also. Now the question is how to trace the sites of India, the historical and cultural sites of India. You can trace like this. Yeah, rivers of India. You can just trace like this. The popular sites situated on the banks of rivers of India. You should know what are the major rivers of India and try to identify the popular sites located on the banks of rivers. For example, Amri. Amri, you know that this is a Neolithic site located on this Indus River, on the right bank of this Indus River. So try to understand what all these popular sites. It can be an educational site. It can be an IVC site. It can be an iron site. It can be a Buddhist site. It can be a temple site. The popular historical cultural sites located on the banks of rivers. One idea. The second idea is across the coastlines of India. The popular sites located on the coastlines of India. For example, ancient ports and port cities, Corke. The popular sites, historical cultural sites located on the or across the coastlines of India. You can find like that. You can follow the grid pattern. Third method is, see, identifying the sites on the river banks of India, across the coastlines of India. Now follow the grid pattern. You draw the grid lines. Okay, you draw the grid lines and try to identify, trace the site in the popular states and districts of India. The popular cultural sites, ancient education centers, port cities or the trade centers, capital cities, Buddhist Jain sites, temple cities or cave architecture sites, painting sites, is located in the various states and districts of India, for which you can follow the grid pattern, which will add more accuracy on finding these sites of India. That also you can practice. Okay. Then there is a method like identifying the sites near around the core cities or core locations of India. Core locations of India. For example, you know that Daimabad, Maharashtra, that is the southernmost IVC site in Indian subcontinent. Similar way, you can go for this Prabhas Patan, okay, a Chalcolithic site located on this south to west coast of this Kathiawar region. When I say Madura, you will say that that is southeast of Delhi. So try to identify, okay, I take Delhi. Delhi, what are the popular cultural sites located on the northwest of Delhi or southeast of Delhi, or it is in the southern parts of Delhi or southwest parts of Delhi or northeast part of Delhi. So take a core site and identify the popular sites located towards the south of that particular major center, or towards the northeast of that particular major center, or towards the southeast of that particular major center. Try to identify with the core locations. Okay, try to identify the sites from the core locations. That is another strategy. Then the historical sites or cultural sites located in the foothills of the mountain ranges. The cultural sites in the Western Ghats, the cultural sites in the Eastern Ghats, you can follow that. Or the major sites located in the capital cities of India. So these are different methods you can follow to learn and to revise the popular historical cultural sites of India. Then I would say how to write the description. Description is very simple. In 30 words only you have to write. 30 words means, of course, it is in 3 or 4 lines you are supposed to write the short description to each site. So when you write a description, first of all, yeah, try to describe the location of the site, the state, district or river bank, or in the Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, wherever, the exact geographical location of the site. Then that particular, what is called, yeah, that time frame or time span of that particular site. Then it's historical or cultural or economical or societal relevance of the site. Then the current significance or current relevance of the site. These are enough to write 30 words description on that particular site. And I would say that daily you can follow 20 minutes or 25 minutes practice for this mapping in history optional. Daily I would say that either 4 or 5 sites only you cover. Then also how many months left with you? August to September, October, November, December. Almost to 5 months left with you. So if you practice at least, let us take average, you have 150 days. You have 150 days and daily if you practice 5 sites on daily basis, you cover something around 750 sites here by completion of December. Anyhow, you have to finish it off. Your prelims, mains and optional preparation, you have to finish it off. You have to finish by December itself. So daily if you spend at least 15 to 20 minutes and daily you practice 5 sites, then also by end of December you cover around 750 sites. Good solution, yeah. Daily you practice 5 sites. So that is my suggestion to all of you. The next thing is like yeah, what all things you have to do in this mapping part. I would say yeah, you have to definitely practice the previous year's questions because you must have an idea how the sites are being asked, what kind of the sites are being asked. So practice the previous year's papers, at least 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All these years previous questions you can practice. Then I would say NCERT, your most genuine source, not only for GS students but even for history optional students. Many questions can be answered from NCERT itself. It is an unknown area or it is an unknown fact for many. It's the most authentic source of reference, you know that. So in the NCERT itself, you can see that so many maps are given. So many sites are marked on the map of India. So give more attention to that. Practice it. Then give more importance to ancient sites, not medieval or modern sites. More important, till this mid of the 8th century AD. Right from prehistoric times to till the mid of this 8th century AD. So many sites are being asked from this particular time span. So give more importance to ancient India and early medieval India, sites of ancient and early medieval India. Then I would say practice these maps in the physical map of India rather than political map of India. You practice it in the physical map of India. Then what kind of the sites you have to practice? You have to practice prehistoric sites, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic sites, megalithic sites, painted grey ware sites, okay, northern black polished ware sites, Indus Valley civilization, pre-Harappan, mature Harappan, post-Harappan sites, Vedic, post-Vedic, late, I mean pre-Vedic or maybe Rigvedic and later Vedic sites, Aryan settlements, Mahajanpadas and their capitals and popular ancient trade cities, Mauryan inscriptional sites, rocket inscriptions, cave inscriptions, you know that. Okay, pillar inscriptions, inscription sites, Buddhism, Jainism sites, Mauryan capital, Mauryan trade centers, or these Sangam ports, port cities of the Sangam age, or the popular trade centers of this 300 BC to 300 AD. various art centers, Gandhara, Madura, Amaravati, and post-Mauryan art centers, trade centers, capital cities, Gupta, the popular temple sites or the popular educational sites, the popular cave sites, all those you have to cover. So this is the way the Silk Roads or the major, forts of India, temple sites, all these are the popular sites you have to cover as part of your mapping or map practice. Okay, let me tell you, my dear friends, if history is your optional, it's a wise choice. Let me tell you, many felt that it is a non-scoring optional, but many toppers proven it with the history optional. Even last year also, we have seen All India topper, one who secured that All India rank 1, she topped this exam with the history optional. Now, this is possible for all of you guys. It is not a rocket science. History is something you learn with the heart, not with the brain. Learn with the heart. Okay, understand the key concepts, and you may feel that it is a vast syllabus, but it is not as such. What all you have to study in GS, same thing you have to study in history optional. Maybe 10 or 20% extra effort you have to put on history optional. Then please don't try to copy paste what others used to write. You develop your own personality, you develop your own research attitude, and you should have, or you should cultivate your own spontaneous way of presenting answer, understanding history, and presenting answer. Because your honest answers will be scoring in the final round. If you copy paste the answers of the toppers, if you copy paste the style and strategy of others, that will not work out. Okay, you must have a brand identity of yours. You must be a historian by yourself. You must have a research attitude, and definitely you have to approach the things from your own point of view in an unbiased manner. You have to develop multi-dimensional approach or perspectives when it comes to answering history questions. So these things I would like to share with you, and you are free to see our history optional videos, and free to choose your optional. And we welcome for history optional. There is no compulsion, there is no kind of compulsion. If you watch the sessions and you find it scoring, you find it interesting, and you find it easily, I mean, you can follow this. If you have that idea, definitely you can follow our history optional strategies. We provide you the best comprehensive study material, complete coverage of the syllabus, regular answer writing, plus feedback, mentorship, and test series, plus this coverage of the map session also. This is what our history optional, and all it is at a very affordable fee. So I'm just telling you what I am providing, because history optional, I myself take history optional. I just shared you. This is no compulsion. It is not necessary you should take this, but if you take this, definitely from history optional point of view, here's things we will take care. Okay. So all those things I would like to share with you. This is the strategy I share for mapping part in history optional. See you again. All the best. Happy learning.